The first one we'll be looking at is from Huang. Not the first, second, or third one they've sent in, but a common problem with no power. Let's take a little check-see. Get ourselves nice and situated. Yeah. We got the usual 4 watts of power draw. Alright. Let's get their name up on the screen. People know what we're doing here. There we go. Let's get started. Pretty good. Stick a little tape on your jimmy tool and you'll come out looking nice and pretty. Let's go. Ah! Yeah, same kid. I'm about to glue this thing back in there. We did it with the last bit, and I'll do it again. Yeah, this stuff will do. Light enough that we can pull it out when we need to replace it, but strong enough that it'll keep it in there. I'm not playing games! All right. More. Snap, crackle, pop, my HomePod. Wow. Really? You're just gonna come off that easy, huh? Oh, and so is that. Something funny's going on. I gotta stop putting this in here if it's just gonna keep ripping it right back out. On the other hand, make a screwdriver that holds the damn bit in, yeah? This one wants to play games. Yeah, that's just rubbing alcohol in that blue bottle. Helps us rip this basket off because it's glued down. It would be a bit more painful without it, but still totally doable. In most cases. Sometimes it's just like you're gonna break the basket getting it off and there's no way around it. But that's pretty rare. The adhesive always helps, or the rubbing alcohol always helps. It's the difference between barely scratching the screws and bending the shit out of them. Wow, look at that. 1748K. We're gonna get him out of here. Get out of here. Our dead diode pile is getting quite unwieldy. Quite an embarrassing failure rate, if you ask me. But no one's taking responsibility for it, so we'll fix them up. But this will not happen again with a new diode because these old ones are only failing because they're crap. Particular ones within a certain date range, to be specific. Isn't that strange? Much older ones and much newer ones aren't having any of these problems. But these date codes in particular on these diodes just keep popping left and right. Someone knows this. And they're still telling you that it's an out of warranty problem that you've got to deal with. And that's power. We'll give it a chance to boot up. We'll make sure its DC offset is within tolerance. And then we'll button it up and move on to the next one. Nice. Looking pretty good. Let's tidy that up. Hello, hello, welcome to the chat, welcome to the stream, welcome to another episode of Fixing Apple's Mistakes, one of hundreds. Yeah, we're looking good so far, but we won't know for sure until we get it all back together. Don't want to jinx it. That kid is supposed to be asleep, not grumping. Wow.
She's not asleep. She ate her food and got energized. She said, yum, food. Time to go.
Energy. It could be the little diode, but there's a few possibilities for no power. We've got all of the common ones and how to fix it up on our website, how to diagnose and all that. Just head over to the common issues section. There's a few issues for that can cause no power. Most likely you've got the same dead diode, but it's always good to test and check instead of just blindly replacing it like we do here. But we've got the parts and all that to afford being wrong here and there. And by that I mean really if we see a diode in here with 1746K or 1748K as a date code, even if it's not what's causing the no power issue, it needs to get replaced anyways because it will eventually fail and cause no power. The most common one is that diode, but you've got less common ones like the blown fuse in the power supply, a short somewhere on your logic board. Take your pick, but the odds are pointing to the diode. Took it apart already and tested it. Very nice. Get yourself some new diodes and you got yourself a working HomePod. Did you buy the thing broken, or is this one of your own HomePods that just stopped working out of nowhere? Oh, hey Tracy, were you? I think you texted me earlier, but I've been like, I've been working all day. I've been on the phone all day with one of our customers doing remote support. Had to get home and call them back and continue for a few more hours. I've got 20 plus emails I haven't replied to yet. I'm bad. I'm bad. But it's good to hear that they arrived safe and sound. That's always the part I'm most nervous about. I'm not nervous at all about fixing people's stuff anymore or breaking something or doing something wrong, because that can all be fixed. I have control over those situations. What I don't have control over is the moment I let go of that package and hand it over to whoever I'm shipping it with. And it's always nice to hear back from people that they at least got them back and that they're working too. Sometimes they get even like you could pack it as best as you can and it's still just gonna get totally trashed on the way there. And we've had to have some get sent back to us and fixed either by shipping damage or we've made a few honest mistakes ourselves, but it'll happen. It's how you handle those mistakes. In our case, we're more than happy to cover the shipping within the US and fix the problem and send it back to you again. In Apple's case, it's buy a new one. You're on your own. Oh, also we didn't do anything wrong. Oh, there have been a few times where we've just like somehow gotten people's like HomePods mixed up, and like one person will get a white HomePod back instead of the black one they sent in, and then somebody else will get like a custom colored like dyed HomePod, like blue or red or sandstone or whatever, and they'll be like, so I got this like HomePod that looks like it's been dyed. I don't know what this is. And it's like, yeah, it's been dyed, but it's not yours. Thankfully, every time that's happened, everybody's been pretty cooperative with and patient and understanding with, like, all right, here's a shipping label. If you can drop it off when you can, that'll get it to the right person. I've got yours on the way to you. Still kind of embarrassing when we goof that up. I don't even know how, too, because I triple check and make sure that I've got the right HomePod in the right box with the right shipping label. But yeah, like I said, everybody's gonna make mistakes. It's how you handle those mistakes. It's how you deal with them. All right, one of many fixed. Who is next? We've got Nino here. Let's see let's pull Nino's email up. Power's on, lights are spinning, then volume lights appear flashing. Oh no.
I'm having trouble.
Alright. Huang is good to go. Let's look at Nino's here now. They said they've got what appears to be blinking volume buttons, but let's take a quick peek here. Unfortunately, these repairs just involve pretty much replacing the logic board with a working one, and it's the most expensive and least satisfying repair we do because it's just replacing a component purely because of a software issue, and Apple doesn't let us restore the software on these things still. So that's already taking longer than it usually does to start up. I know what to expect now. Let's grab our logic board bin. Let's see. Yep, there it is. How disappointing. So here's the plan. We've got ourselves another logic board. We're going to crack this open. Just confirm that it is the logic board, because on rare occasion this can be caused by physical damage, but 99 times out of 100 at least it's going to be a software issue on the logic board. So while we're in it, we are going to check it for any other parts that will commonly fail, like that aforementioned diode that we've replaced on the last HomePod, and many others that show up here, and that likes to fail and cause no power. And then we'll check its DC offset to make sure it doesn't need new filters as well. It is the most expensive repair, but you're getting everything you can possibly get worked on. It's the supreme car wash for your HomePod. Display looks perfectly fine. So that is likely going to be an issue on our logic board. And we can quickly check just by getting this logic board out. Not really like that, but we'll grab our new logic board that we intend on using as a replacement. Get that hooked up. So we've got a new logic board, but original display still. If it's the display that's causing the problem, it'll still blink at us. If it's the logic board and or the software on that logic board, this will start right up for us. Hey, there we go. We've got beautiful, beautiful sounding bass. Let's go ahead and mark that board as bricked. Maybe one day Apple will grace us with the privilege of being able to restore these, or at least publicly acknowledging the problem and what causes it. Anyways, we are going to take this apart just a little further to make sure it doesn't have any other parts waiting to fail inside. If that diode has a date code of 1746K or 1748K, it's coming out. If that offset is more than 50 millivolts, it's coming out. If we've got an offset less than 50 millivolts and our diode is not within that range of date codes, we're good to go. And we don't even have to take it all the way apart to find out. We just need to get this basket off and get that subwoofer out so we can take a peek inside. Just a peek. We're not going to make them spend all that money just to send them back with a HomePod that's going to have another problem in a few months, are we? No. Especially not when we know what parts fail. What have we got, folks? Our subwoofer is in great condition. We've got a diode of 1752K. Last but not least, how is our offset? Yes. Beautiful. Okay, let's make this look like a HomePod again. We're going to replace that foam gasket with a fresh one that's not all puffed up from rubbing alcohol. Get our subwoofer back in there. Yeah?
Yeah, he's been there for a few minutes. They're like in the middle of the street.
You want me to go out there and confront them?
No.
Are they drunk?
I don't know. It's just a weird spot. Because they're not on this near the curb or anything. They're literally like in the middle.
All right. Beautiful. Nino is fixed. Here is Kip. Let's pull up Kip's email. Kip says, I have a Gen 1 that has developed the random popping issue. I get these kind of emails a lot, so popping by itself, if it's a quiet or ticking sound on occasion, is perfectly normal behavior and nothing that can be fixed or to be concerned with. But I followed up with them. I was like, thanks for reaching out. Can you tell me how loud that popping is? Quieter ticking is expected in normal behavior, but louder thuds are a sign of bad things to come. They said not too loud. Sounds kind of like someone tapped their finger against a microphone. Let's go ahead and take a quick listen here. The technical term for this is DC offset. This is when your filtering capacitors stop removing DC voltage, and this can eventually lead to dead bass speakers, death farts, not fun stuff. All right. So that is kinda poppy, a little louder than I'd like it to be. Let's get it cracked open and see how bad it really is. You would be sticky. Not anymore. Alright, good to see the subwoofer is still in good condition after it's been getting thrashed by awful DC offset. Let's go ahead and see how bad it actually is. We're plugging in our test woofer. As I stab that, you can see the number at the bottom right of the screen fluctuate in red. That's our multimeter connected to the woofer, which is, of course, connected to our amplifier now. That gives us an idea how much DC voltage the amplifier is putting into our woofer, or in other words, how good or bad our DC filters are. $200 millivolts and growing. Yep, that's bad. That definitely needs new filters. And while we were waiting, I peeked at the date code on their diode, and it's unfortunately 1748K, so we've got even more work for ourselves. There they are. Let's get those replaced. Flux it up. Tin them up. And a little more flex. Can't forget our new caps. That is, oh, so beautiful. One other thing we got to take care of before we wrap this one up. We've got the Devil's Diode just chilling there. Look at how roasty that boy is already. 1748K. If we just leave that there, even though it's working fine now, and we send this back to the customer, it's only a short matter of time before this fails and gives them no more power. So we're gonna prevent that with a brand new one. That's it. Let's test it out. Alright, if we did good, then that number on the bottom right of the screen should be no farther away from 0 than 50 millivolts. Let's see what we've got. Nice. Nice. And it sounds like we've greatly improved that popping as it turns on and off. looks like we did good. Ooh. Oh, we almost forgot some extra screws. Let's pop those back in there. It's always my least favorite is having to go back in, but I'd rather do it now than have it fall apart, go on the way back to them, and deal with all of that. Do it the right way, you know? All right. Alright. I think that's all that we got time for here and now. It's already 9 o'clock. And I'm sure everybody wants to get to bed, so gonna need to help facilitate that. Let's make sure. Beautiful. Is this a thing with iOS 17 now? It just sits here for a minute. Did Apple change this just to piss me off? Stupid. Why don't they test this stuff before they just push it out to everybody? Used to be just fine. You could just tap it as soon as it finishes booting up and it would complain about the Wi-Fi. But now if you do it too quickly, it's gonna sit there and hang forever. Thanks for changing that, Apple. Volume buttons look good. Come on, Siri. I swear to God. I'm done. Any day now. Why? Why do they change this shit? Why don't they just leave it alone? It works. And they gotta break it. We know it works. I just for the love of God, I just want to hear Siri say something. Is it still updating? I wonder if it's still doing like updates. We're just gonna leave it. Folks, I hope you all enjoyed this live stream repair, and we will catch you. Frickin' finally, Jesus Christ.
I'm having trouble.
Alright. Burn in hell, Siri. I hope you all have a good one.